So today we have taken a reading from the OET official site. Thank you, OET, for allowing me to use this particular text for teaching purpose. Happy evening. Welcome to EduSkills OET Made Easy. Our mission is to make you fall in love with OET. This is a free platform. Today we are going to deal with fifth sample from the official OET website. Thank you, OET, for allowing me to use this for teaching purpose. So reading part A in 10 minutes easily, it can be done in 10 minutes, maximum 12 minutes. So tip number one, begin with a skim. Skim means fast reading. And tip number two, focus of each text. As of now, cellulitis is the title. Focus is first text speaks about definition and etiology. Etiology means it will speak about the causes, right? What are the causes? Then severity or drug therapy, then management of affected area. So we can say definition, then severity means could be something like complications, then medication, then management of affected area. Focus on these each text. The first 7 or 8 questions you can just dash through because there will be synonyms of these side headings, text headings. Tip 3, skim and search for these clues. What are the clues? Names of some condition, some organs, some medicine, anything of that sort. Names, any names, just highlight those names or focus on that. Then number, percentage or measurements or dosage, you can say in medication. Dosages are important. Number means also dosage. Then sequential expression. Sequential means there will be some sequence, first, second, third, or that way there will be some sequence in the reading. You can even focus on that. Time expressions probably will be there. Then scale expression and adjectives and negative expressions. These are the major things you'll have to just look into. So text headings, subtopic of each para. Text headings here you have. The main heading is cellulitis. Text heading is definition and etiology. Severity of cellulitis. Suitable drug therapy for typical cellulitis. And management of the local affected area. So what you can do, just write down on the when you practice, just write down on the paper. In short, you can write definition and etiology, then severity, then therapy, drug therapy or therapy, then management. Simple 1 words, whatever you understand, just for your purpose of understanding, write 4 words. That will be cool. Text heading, subtopic of each paragraph. So this is what I said. So when you look here, what do you understand from the heading? It speaks about definition and etiology, means cause. Maybe here you have definition. Okay. Here you have definition. See, this is definition. Then you have that cause. It speaks about causes, Then the whole thing repeated again, cause here. So you can simply see the same word repeated time and again, which says this speaks about cause. So what could be the answer? A cause could be the answer. And coming to second text, this is severity of cellulitis. Severity means intensity. Class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. So when you skim, what you have to look into? These classes. Okay, in the question, they will give you a class. Immediately, if they are asking about class 3, you have to dash into that column. Immediately, you will find the answer there. Okay, that's how you skim through the text. And again, you have text 3, suitable drug therapy. Immediately, it is about medication. What will be the answer? When the class is given, subheadings are given, you have to focus on the class. Then medicines. The questions will be definitely on medicines and dosages. So immediately, you have easy, what you call, track lines here, class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. So you can just jump into that. We'll go this management of the local affected area. How do you manage? Whatever comes in connection with managing the cellulitis or the affected area, answer will be in how to go about the first one. Now come on, answer. So here, what is the synonym you find about these words? First one. Cause, then otherwise, okay, there are 2 things now, treatment and etiology. Let's check. Then the second one, reason for drawing around the area affected by cellulitis. So important word is reason. Right? Yeah, because reason for drawing around the area affected by cellulitis. Third one, treat. Yes. Then here again, symptoms.
Equipment
For ensuring that patient's legs are more comfortable in bed. Equipment.
Medication.
Alternative medication. Seventh one, how to deal with the infection site after the swelling has begun to reduce.
Infection site.
Yeah, when infection happens after treatment or before treatment?
After treatment, management, Father.
Management. Okay. Let's check. We will not confirm now. Then who should be consulted regarding pharmacotherapy for cellulitis?
Consultant.
Consultation comes under which heading? As you said, treatment highlighted. It should be C here. I am not confirming it. Let's check. Second one. Reason for drawing around the area affected by cellulitis. Drawing around the area affected by cellulitis. Why do you draw? When do you draw around the area? When it happens, before the treatment or after treatment?
After the treatment.
Yeah, let's check. We have put D there. After the treatment means it should be management, right?
Yes.
Let's check, no problem. Then a system for determining where and how best to treat. Where and how best to treat patients with cellulitis. So here they are asking where and how best to treat. Depends on what?
Severity.
Yeah, severity, exactly. So it will be B. Okay.
B.
Fourth one is symptoms that may be experienced before the infection is visible.
A. Father.
Fourth one, A. Okay.
A, Father.
Equipment for ensuring the patient's legs are more comfortable in bed.
XD, management.
Management. Okay. So you know these things without even reading. Okay. We haven't gone to the text to refer. Alternative medication for cellular patients who cannot tolerate one type of antibiotics.
C. Therapy. C.
C.
Medication is there, right? Medication. So it must be C.
C.
Okay. Then how to deal with the infection site after the swelling has begun to reduce?
Management.
Management. Yes. D. Yes. See, how to deal. How to deal itself is a synonymous expression of management. Who should be consulted regarding pharmacotherapy for cellulitis?
C.
Yeah.
C.
So let's check. I have the key here. I'll check. Okay, I'm reading from the key here. Number 1 is C. Number 2 is D. Number 3 B. Number 4 A. Number 5 D. Number 6 C. Number 7 D. Number 8 C. Are they all right?
Yes, Father.
Yeah, that's it. So simple as that. Definitely, you can do this and run fast and complete and come back because you have 15 minutes, right? This can be done within fraction of seconds. As you read through, you will mark. Now, as I'm teaching, it takes more time. Otherwise, you can just mark and go. Maybe you can confirm when you revisit back if you complete it in 7 minutes or 10 minutes. Then you have 5 more minutes to check with the. Definitely, you have to confirm it with the text. Okay. Let's see now the same way. Now coming here, which antibiotic formulation is not suitable for treatment of cellulitis?
C.
Treatment.
C.
Treatment C. Okay. Then which pre-existing weight-related condition would prompt a class 2 categorization?
Categorization. B.
Categorization.
B.
See, this is the. That's why I said you have to read the topic as a categorization. Categorization synonym here is classification. Okay. So definitely, it is in B. What single dose of
C. Father.
dose now? Dosage comes where? Ultimately, dose is medication. So immediately you know where to go. So C. Then class 2, you have to highlight those things also. Okay. Class 2 will immediately tell you inside that particular text where to look for. Then what may be impaired if anti-inflammatories are given to patients who take ACE inhibitors?
C, Father.
What
Again,
may- C. Okay.
Anti-inflammatory.
Inflammatories are given to patients who take ACE. This is known as name or abbreviation. Okay. Rush into that particular abbreviation. In the text, go to that abbreviation. What is the single dose of oral?
Dose. Medication.
Okay. Yeah, dose of oral.
C. Father.
Now, dose is again C.
Therapy.
Yes. Then coming back to what is the maximum single dose?
C.
C, Father.
Now again C. That's what I'm saying. Immediately you go there. Here, let's check whether they are right. First one is C. Yeah, here is the text C. So we go to class. Okay, what is the class? See what single dose. And class is given class 4. So what you have to do? Go to class 4 immediately.
Class 4.
Then what you have to do? You go to class 4, then you look for this name. Name of the medicine. Yeah, name of the medicine. You have the name of the medicine here. So what single dose of? Dose is given here 2.4 G grams. Right? So those are the things you need to just look into the class, side heading, subheading, then go to that particular name. Normally it's a name or a dosage or whatever. So it is either number or name. Next one is what is the single dose of oral
Flucloxacillin.
Okay. So the name is there, right? So what you have to go? Immediately you have to go to the name in the text in the class 1. So what is the single dose? 500. Name is that it is clearly what is the dose. Then
Yes, Father.
yes. Then next one is 14.
14.
What is the maximum single dose here, right?
Yes, Father.
Yes, it's given here. And you have the clue here. What is the clue? Easiest clue is subheading.
Yes,
Subheading. Class 4, immediately you know where to go. And you have name of your medicine. You have only 3 names here. You have to just see which name and what is the dosage. Now 15. So it may be necessary to carry out dash blisters caused by cellulitis.
D, Father, under management.
Management D. Okay. Describing
Yes,
anti-inflammatories that may be used as an alternative to ibuprofen. When
Affected
prescribing
area.
anti-inflammatories management, right? A patient may have been exposed to infection by swimming in surface water or using dash. Okay. Yeah, it must be.
A, etiology.
Yeah, etiology. Yes, definitely. Swimming, using something. All those are A. So A. Next, conditions such as dash or even metastatic cancer may be mistaken for cellulitis. Right?
B.
B. Okay. Patients with exacerbating cellulitis, a compromised immune system, and those with dash should be hospitalized. Before treatment or
B, Father.
yeah. Patients suffering from dash can experience repeat episodes of cellulitis. Some
Text
other
A under the
yeah, let's check now. Now see, this is another strategy they use. The tick they use here. You see, maybe or and those things will be definitely answered. See, when prescribed anti-inflammatories may be used. 2 things together. Using this one, you see, swimming and using something. So 2 things and or conjunction. That's called conjunction-based question. Whether you understand the meaning of conjunction. Now let's check. Okay, 17th one is in A. Let's check. See here, etiology. The patient may have been exposed to infection by swimming in surface water or using hot tubs. Since it is using, gerund is here. You need to write only hot tubs, right? Yes. Using hot tub. In text A again, let's finish it and go. Patients suffering from dash can see here. Recurrent cellulitis is more common in people who have means suffering from. Patients suffering from synonym is people who have.
Yes, Father.
Patients suffering from recurrent here. Repeat.
Yes.
Repeat
Yes,
episodes of cellulitis. Cellulitis. Recurrent cellulitis means repeat episodes of cellulitis. So, patient suffering from dash means suffering from a condition, right? It should be a name of a condition. Patient suffering from dash means it should be some sort of condition. So you have here the answer. Now 18th one you have in B. Now what you have to do? Conditions such as. Conditions such as means it must be the name of a condition. Or even metastatic cancer, or even, that's what I said, conjunction. They use conjunction in different forms. Or even metastatic cancer may be mistaken for cellulitis. Note that many other common conditions, including DVT, share the same symptoms as cellulitis. Same symptoms means can be mistaken for cellulitis. Same symptoms means you can have confusions. It can be mistaken. The same is also true for rare serious conditions such as metastatic cancer. So if you have identified the names of the conditions when you scanned, these are 2 are names of conditions. And this question is based on particular conditions. Yeah, these 2 names are given here. One is here, metastatic cancer. Yeah, conditions such as or even. So DVT is the answer. So conjunction, how do they use the conjunction? In the text, it is given in 2 sentences, 2 aspects, but they have paraphrased into 1 sentence in the question statement. Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
Yeah. Now text B again. You have 19th question from text B. So now patients with exacerbating cellulitis, a compromised immune system, and those with dash should be. Now you see, as I told you, you can even ignore these things, what comes in between commas. You need not even read those things. Without that, you can find the meaning. Patients with exacerbated cellulitis and those with dash should be hospitalized. In addition, anyone who is immunocompromised, compromised immune system. Immunocompromised, here it is given, compromised. Yes. and those with dash should be hospitalized. Has, in addition, anyone who is immunocompromised, has facial cellulitis, is very younger or elderly frail, or whose cellulitis rapidly deteriorates, must be hospitalized. Facial cellulitis. Yeah, it's a direct thing. Yeah. Next one is the 10th one. Class 2. Which pre-existing weight-related condition would prompt a class 2 categorization? Immediately, you know, categorization is in text B. Severity, with severity, you can also write classifications. Okay, such expressions, subheadings, main word you can use in bracket or dash, severity dash classification. So you have class 2. Class 2, which pre-existing weight-related condition? Morbid obesity. Obesity means weight. And coming here, 11, what single dose of medicine should be administered to a class 4 patients? Again, you have class 4 here. That's a clue where you have to look into immediately. Class 4, you know, then you have the name of a medicine. So you have to look for that medicine, that's all. Within class 4, look for that medicine. Now, again, the same strategy, you see. Name of the medicine is given. What is a single dose of oral? Immediately, you know, it is single dose means text C. Recommended for the least serious category of cellulitis. See, first line, least serious means first line, right?
Yes,
Hello?
Father.
Yeah, text D, what may be impaired if anti-inflammatories are given to patients who take AC inhibitors? I said you should go look into these abbreviations. When there are abbreviations, you have to look into the abbreviations. So that will help you to immediately allocate the answer in the text. You, from the keywords, you locate the text, and from the names, abbreviations, or dosage numbers, you locate where exactly the answer lies. So what may be impaired if anti-inflammatories are given into a patients who take AC inhibitors? Take account of drug interactions. Anti-inflammatories are given to patients who take AC inhibitors. So interactions is a clue there. For example, co-prescribing anti-inflammatories with AC inhibitors or angiotensin receptor blockers may pose particular risk to renal function. What may be impaired? What may be impaired? Renal function. Direct answer, right?
Yes, Father.
And you have 16th one here. When prescribing anti-inflammatory, dash may be used as an alternative to ibuprofen. If initiating an anti-inflammatory, it's obligatory to use ibuprofen or
Naproxen.
I said this is how they trick you with the conjunctions, use of conjunctions. So what is the answer?
Naproxen, Father.
Yeah, you see, that's why I said 2-3 questions will be there based on the conjunction. Which antibiotic formulation is not suitable for treatment of cellulitis? Avoid. Avoid means not suitable. The use of topical antibiotics as there are unsuitable for the management. It's not suitable. Unsuitable. Not suitable. Unsuitable means you have to avoid, right? Whatever is not suitable should be avoided. So answer is topical antibiotics. Which antibiotic? Topical antibiotics, as these are unsuitable, not suitable. Unsuitable, not suitable for the management, for treatment of cellulitis. For management of any class of cellulitis. Means for treatment of any cellulitis. So topical antibiotics are not to be used. It's not suitable for treatment of cellulitis. Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
We have been looking into different types of text that we have in reading part B. Today we'll be dealing with part B, notice. And as we get into sample 5, part B, question number 1. Let's check. This is a notice. According to the notice, the course is only available to nurses who. So which question it answers? Who are eligible, right? According to the notice, the course is only available to nurses, particular group of nurses. Not to all the nurses, particular group of nurses. Try to understand for whom is the course. Okay, keep smiling and interact, okay? According to the notice, the course is only available to nurses who? Particular group of nurses. First one, wish to apply for a hospital internship. So what is the hedging word?
Hospital internship.
Hospital internships, okay. Then?
Pay for course.
Yes.
Pay for the course.
Pay for the course means fees. Those who are prepared to pay for the course. Then?
Employed
Employed in a related field. So coming to the topic sentence, do you have any clue here? The aim of the course is to prepare experienced registered nurses working in emergency, primary care, and walk-in environments to provide high level of autonomous care for patients presenting with minor trauma. That is the topic sentence. So for whom is the training? Any idea you got from your reading?
Registered nurses working within emergency.
Registered nurses.
Working with
Working
emergency,
within emergency.
primary care and walking environments.
Is there any similar option in the question?
Employed related field.
Option C.
C.
Okay. Do you see? Therefore, only applications from registered nurses working in a nursing role on a permanent basis in a relevant area. What is the synonymous expression of relevant area?
Related
Related field.
Related field. So that is relevant area. And their place will need to be funded by whom?
By the organization.
Funded by
By
their
the
Organization.
organization. So should they be prepared to pay the fees?
No.
No, that is eliminated. And do they speak something about a hospital internship? So here it says no longer be an additional clinical placement. There is no hospital internship available. So that also can be eliminated. All these eliminations are not required, as we know the thing. This is only for the practice purpose. So you know how easy it is. The clue is here. Registered nurses working within emergency, primary care, and walk-in environments provide a high level of autonomous. And again, it is therefore. It is repeated only applications from registered nurses working in a nursing role on a permanent basis in a relevant area. Okay, so let's check into the structure of this one. So this is the notice. You have the heading first. Then you have who is organizing and what is the program. Then you have for whom. Topic sentence speaks. For whom is the program? And the question is on the topic sentence. For whom is the program? Why? Aim or purpose of the course also is mentioned in the topic sentence. Then you have course structure, the NP minor injury course structure. Then you have for whom, repeated. Again, the whole thing is repeated. The topic sentence, it says for whom, again it says for whom at the end. So it is repeated. The answer is stressed and repeated. Okay, at the end says funding or payment by whom. That is B option, are prepared to pay for the course themselves. They need not pay for the course because the organization will be paying for it. So easy it is, provided you visualize, understand the text. So sample 5, part B, text 2, question 2. Okay, hope you got the answer. The guideline about breast pumps. What are the heading words? Restricts the removal. Then operating instructions. Then
Times of unavailability.
now here it says in the first part, all patient areas that care for infants of expressing or breastfeeding mothers have been allocated electric breast pumps. These should stay on the allocated ward. These should stay. This means breast pumps should stay on their allocated ward. Restrict their removal.
Yes.
This is a paraphrasing, right?
Yes, Father.
That's what I said. If you understand the topic sentence, the main allocated area, you need not read the whole thing. Okay, there is no operating systems mentioned at all. How to operate, how to switch it on, how to switch it off. Nothing is mentioned. And about unavailability also they have mentioned. So it's clear, right?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father. Yes, Father.
If you have no distractions, set it back.
Got it.
We go to the third one. Okay, what are the hedging words? Yeah, what are they supposed to do when a patient is discharged? And here, A option.
Check the clarity.
A option, aftercare instructions. B, liaise, yeah, with other health professionals. Then patient data.
Other option A for me.
So,
They
MCMS must ensure that
all
all
requirements
relevant
of
documentation is complete and accurate.
facilitate and safe discharge
Yeah,
are in place.
this is a problem that you should be very careful. This is not the right answer. There is a scale expression. The registered nurse must ensure that all relevant documentation is complete and accurate. All relevant documentation. As nurses, you know, when you have a discharge, it's only the documents means only aftercare instructions, or what else is included in the documents when you discharge?
Referrals
Before
and
Reference,
appointments.
appointments,
Referrals, revisits,
appointments.
medications,
admission procedure.
managements. So all these are included when you say nurses must ensure that all relevant documentation is complete and accurate. This says all, but the option A says only one. Do you get me?
Yes, Father.
This is the trick they play in almost every material. You will have these type of questions. As nurses, you should visualize. Is it only aftercare instructions when you discharge a patient? That's the only document you have? No.
No.
You have so many other documents, right?
Yes.
Yes, Father.
Yeah. So that can never be the option. All is not one. All is not
One.
one. And not only for this material, work out this type of materials and write down and understand why this is wrong. Otherwise, it seems you can suddenly go there. Okay? That's not the thing. And accessibility to patient data.
Last line, Father.
They must ensure
that all
requirements.
requirements to facilitate a safe discharge are in place.
This may include dressing, medication, and
medication and any equipment.
Is it patient data? Dressings, medication,
No,
and
Father.
equipment? No, the whole text doesn't speak anything about patient data.
Patient data. Yes, Father.
It doesn't speak anything about patient data. This is not given in the text. Patient data means the details about the patient history and all those things, you know, patient history and other things, everything, whatever the diagnosis was done, all those details.
Diagnose.
So liaise with the
Other health
health professionals is the only one left. Let's check. Is there any possibility? Now you see? Relevant. See, relevant, if required, relevant, onward referrals are made. What does it mean? Referral to whom? Some other health professional, right? You don't refer to the mechanical engineer. Okay. Referrals are always to other health professionals. Okay, other health professionals.
And also booking of future outpatient appointments also, Father. So B is correct.
Yeah. Again, you should act as a point of contact and conduit for effective communication for all members of the multidisciplinary team. Does it include other health professionals than you? Again, it speaks. As I said, repeats. The answer is repeated again. See, when there is a policy, then when they are supposed to do something, there is a structure. So this is clear. Let's get into the structure of this particular type. Heading is registered nurse. What are the responsibility? One, ensuring advice on discharge is provided to patients. Second, relevant onward referrals are made. Third, booking of future outpatient appointments. Fourth, all relevant documentation is complete and accurate. Versus aftercare instruction, option A. General versus particular. Fifth responsibility of the nurse, handover of patient's assessment and ongoing care needs. Sixth one, day-to-day coordination of discharge. Seventh one, act as a point of contact and conduct for effective communication for all members of the multidisciplinary team. In this A1 here, fourth option, other options are not mentioned here in three options, right? That speaks about patient data, aftercare instruction, and liaise with the other health professionals. Only the B1 is given and A1 is given to make you understand that you are competent to understand the general statement and a particular statement. All and one. Sometimes they will say all and many. Sometimes they'll say all and some. Sometimes they will put all and two. Sometimes all and one. Always beware of this particular strategy where you'll be tricked. So just let's see these three options. See, this fourth option is A1. Check the clarity of aftercare instructions. But we said that is not the same. Both the statements are not same. One is general, text speaks general, and the option A speaks particular and liaise with other health professionals. That is in the topic sentence as well as seventh instruction, responsibility of the nurse. Okay, that's cool. Hope you are not tired, right? Exhausted?
No.
Not father.
You have the stamina to go on
Go.
Yes.
Yes, Father.
and read. Yes. The notice, again, you have the notice, right? Provides information about, okay, we call it about question, about potential dangers. Hedging words, dangers. Next,
Precautions.
Precaution.
precautions, inserting NGT, precautions to be followed, dangers, potential dangers. So any idea? Very fact, by inserting nasogastric tube, very fact, it begins with that statement. It says inserting is over. They are going to speak after inserting what is going to happen. See, by inserting a nasogastric tube, you are gaining access to the stomach and its contents. The insertion is over. You are already inserted. You are gaining access to the stomach and its contents. Now you are going next step. This enables you to drain gastric contents. What does it speak? Can you eliminate using this by inserting an nasogastric tube? The timeline, can you eliminate any option?
Yes,
Option
Father.
C. C option.
Yeah, C option can be eliminated because it is speaking about technique of inserting. Inserting is already over. We are speaking
Father.
the stage after insertion. So that timeline is also important. Most of the time you have this technique being used. Now, potential dangers. Do they speak anything about dangers?
No.
Mobility and all those things? All positive things are said, right?
Yeah.
The potential for contact with a patient's blood-body fluids while starting an NG is present and increases with the experience of the operator. Gloves must be used. What does this speak?
Father.
Precautions.
Precaution.
Yeah, clearly precaution, right? Gloves must be worn while starting an NG, and if the risk of vomiting is high, the operator should consider face and eye protection as well as a gown. So precautions. So what is the answer?
B is the correct.
B.
Precautions. Yeah. First one, danger is not given. Third one, versus text after inserting. Okay. Third one speaks about before inserting, but the text starts with the after insertion. Okay. So we go to the fifth one and read. What point is made about clinical guidelines?
Guidelines.
What does it speak about? Clinical guidelines. Okay. Approved, their content must be approved by all relevant staff.
Absolutely.
Guidelines, are they usually applied by all the relevant staff? When you have a guideline in your hospital, all relevant staff and all the concerned staff will sign under it?
No, Father.
Do you do that?
No.
No. So absolute is there. Always absolutes are
Eliminated.
Eliminated.
They are a set of recommendations rather than regulations. They are recommendations, not regulations. Ignoring them for no reason means zero reason, right?
Yes,
You understand it? What does it mean?
Absolute.
So what happens? So what is left?
B is
Only option B.
B.
Okay, if you don't understand no reason is absolute, let's see here. It's important to recognize that clinical guidelines are not mandatory.
Not mandatory.
Not mandatory means will there be punishment?
No.
No.
No. If it is not mandatory, no punishments, no disciplinary action. It is important. Whenever some expressions like it is important, it is significant, such expressions are there, definitely beware of that. Their answer will be there somewhere around. It's very important. Okay. And also it says, say good practice. Good practice means good practice means it's good to do, not mandatory. It's a good practice to have 2 or 3 liters of water every day. It's a good practice to have more fluid intake. Again, it's reflecting best practice. All this says it is not mandatory. This is a best practice. This is good practice. It's better to do this. So these are recommendations, not regulations. Regulations are mandatory. Recommendations are advice, suggestions. Yeah, and no disciplinary action. Clear, no?
Yes, Father.
See, recommendations, non-mandatory, non-disciplinary action, not must, may. Okay, you may do it or you may not do it. So we get into the last one and read.
6.
The protocol instructs.
Yes,
What is the
Father.
instruction?
Administrative.
Maternity
Administer
staff,
pharynject.
administering. If the medical maternity staff is administering pharynject, what should be done? The instruction is this. What is the instruction? Among these 3 things, one is the instruction. Protocol instructs the maternity staff. First one, temporarily discontinue prescribing iron tablets. Discontinue iron tablets. Temporarily discontinue iron tablets.
Yes,
Then
Father.
next,
Avoid
avoid giving it to
Breastfeeding.
breastfeeding women.
Breastfeeding man.
Giving it means what?
Injection.
Yeah, pharynject, right?
Yes.
Should not give it to breastfeeding women. Be alert for any negative reactions. Pharynject during pregnancy. It is administered. What does this it refer to?
Injection.
Injection.
Pharynject. Pharynject. It is administered. So it is administered to whom?
Breastfeeding woman.
Breastfeeding woman.
Mother.
Primary.
Where do you have that idea? Breastfeeding woman?
No. Primary. First trimester.
No. Protocol for the use of pharynject during pregnancy. Pharynject has to be given during pregnancy, right?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Yes.
So it is administered by slow. Do you have any problem with any of the instruction options here? When you say already the statement says you are administering it to the pregnant women. So
Option B. Limited.
B is
Breastfeeding woman.
breastfeeding
Breastfeeding
Is a
woman.
negative.
yeah, this can be
Eliminated.
eliminated immediately.
eliminated.
Yes. Oral iron should
Oral
be
iron
avoided for 5 days.
For 5 days.
So
after
temporary
the first 5
discontinuation.
days.
Yeah,
A
5
is
days
right
is
answer.
synonymous of
Temporary.
temporarily.
Temporary.
Discontinue
Option A,
prescribing
Father.
iron tablets. Prescribing iron tablets means oral iron
Oral iron.
tablets. So the option is first one, right?
Yes, Father.
Yes. A is
Option
right
A,
answer.
Father.
A is right answer. And you see the third one, be alert for any negative reactions. It
Does
says,
not require.
Does not.
now you see, temporarily discontinue prescribed iron tablets or an iron should be avoided for 5 days. Synonymous
5
expression.
days.
Avoid giving it to breastfeeding women. And there is nothing to do with breastfeeding women here, right? Be alert for any negative reactions. Reaction, it does not require any monitoring.
Any monitoring.
Is that clear?
Yes,
Yes,
Father.
Father.
No, OET, IELTS, TOEFL, PT, all these are tricks. You don't require hard work here. You need smart work. You need to understand these techniques. Don't worry, we'll be able to give more and more sessions.
Father, really, Father, we will do that, Father. We will do that.
Because
your
we need
session
to-
is your session, Father, is like life-saving drug for our OET. So
Really.
we don't want to miss it.
Yes, definitely.
Really.
Don't take any stress regarding OET. Just go take it cool and try to learn, enjoy it.
Father, really, Father, we are here to help, Father, for this.
Yeah.
And you are
Yes.
really precious for us. And you are
Yeah.
not collecting even single rupee from
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
aspirants.
Yes.
You are
Father,
really
I-
great,
I-
Father.
We are looking into beautiful reading part. See the latest sample 5, text 1, planning for the future. Sample 5, question 7. Now, let's go to the question stem. What is important?
Reaction.
Yeah, writer's reaction. Reaction is important. So you have to look for reaction of the writer. How does he react? In the options, what are the hedging words?
Approve.
Approves. Okay, approves.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Surprised.
Worries.
Worries.
Disappointed.
Worries.
Disappointed.
And
Yes.
Worries.
About reading for emotions. You should read for emotions. I have done a lot of questions on that. And repeatedly it appears, and you should know that strategy how to find out the answer. He approves of the idea. He is surprised by the theory it is based on. He worries about the implications it may have. He is disappointed by the narrowness of its focus. Do you have any strategy in the text as you listen to?
Name.
Name, okay. Okay, name is there. Winston, okay. Name, you have to select name as a strategy only if it is there in the question statement. Okay, otherwise you need not select it. Now it is there in the question statement. Okay. Any other strategy? Okay, but what is it? But what is it?
contrast order.
Okay. The strategy says the answer must be after the contrast word, right?
Yes, sir.
If there is a
Yes,
contrast
sir.
word, there are two opinions or two concepts given. First part, they give a concept, and a contradictory concept will be given in the second part. So, but it is refreshing to see public acknowledgement that recruitment strategies must assess more than just academic. It is refreshing to see. Does it approve or disapprove?
Approve.
It is refreshing to see that you are all practicing well, which means I am approving, right?
Yes, Father.
Again, many hardworking and gifted students may feel aggrieved by his approach. Who feel aggrieved? Hardworking, gifted students, not the writer. See the difference. They will confuse you. You may feel he worries about. They are plural. Hardworking students are worried, but not the writer. Writer's reaction is being asked here. But though many feel aggrieved or many students are aggrieved, the author, but it is refreshing to see public acknowledgement that recruitment strategies must assess more than just the academic ability. He is approving. When you recruit people, how should you recruit them? Just looking at the certificates? No. Look into your skills, various other skills in the recruitment process. So that's a sudden, surprising change they have brought in. And the author approves it, saying that it's really refreshing to see. Okay, it's nice to see, which means it's really nice, which means I'm approving. The writer is approving. Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
And we move to sample 5, question 8. As usual, read along, looking at the script. Okay, coming to the question stem. What is hedging word? Earlier it was writer's reaction. Here it is.
Writer's purpose.
So yeah, these are the important things. These are the certain criteria that they use in all the texts. The writer's purpose is to highlight. To highlight what? Let's check what he wants to highlight. Coming to the answer options. A, the personal qualities. Yeah, which speciality? Career options.
Candidates.
Assessing candidates. Did you get any idea?
First, topic-based answers. Topic sentence.
Okay, what is per topic sentence saying? Read this also. Is there a similarity between topic sentence and this one?
The assessing candidates suitability for a medical career.
Challenge
is equivalent of
prevailing
problem.
problem
Okay, assessing candidates.
for
Decide.
doctors tomorrow.
Doctors tomorrow. Medical career.
Yes, sir.
D for that.
The D option is the paraphrasing of the topic sentence, which is also repeated in a interrogative manner in the last sentence. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Write down like this: the challenge of assessing candidate suitability for a medical career, and this is the topic sentence, and it is the concluding sentence. If you remember the second type of paragraph, okay, topic sentence, the main sentence in the beginning of the paragraph and concluding at the end of the sentence, same meaning is paraphrased. Shall I proceed?
Yes, Father.
Yes.
Okay, sample 5, question 9, and read along. This what type of question?
Lexical question.
Lexical question. What does the word them in the third paragraph refer to? What are the hedging words here?
People.
People
Very
applying.
good.
applying.
Medical school applicant.
Medical applicants.
Yes.
Documents.
Document.
Then grades.
They attempt to match universally important traits with elements of applicant data that reveal or predict them. Predict whom?
The applicant.
school
Predict
Medical
school
applicants.
Medical school applicant.
Aspects.
how do you justify your answer? They are asking what does this them
Element.
refer to? Details given in the application help to reveal them or their predict about them. Them means who?
Medical school applicant.
Medical school applicants. So B is the answer. It's a very small text with how many sentences? Only 2 sentences. So easy and simple. I'm going to question number 10. Read along.
10.
Okay, what is the question stem hedging word?
Focuses.
Focus is the hedging word. What does focus on? The topic sentence is here. Does it speak anything? See, the medical workforce continues to evolve in response to the health needs of the population. Do you have any similar option? Health needs.
C.
C.
Demand for certain medical profession is met. Okay, demand. Demand is
Need.
demand.
Need.
Yeah, needs of the population. Okay, here it is prediction. First one speaks about prediction, speculation. But here the very topic sentence begins with continuous, it's a present tense. Whereas option A is predicting means future tense.
Yes, Father.
That cannot be the answer because this is speaking
Predicted.
about the present. The whole paragraph is speaking about the present. See now, here it says increases in. Do you have any option? B option says fewer, lesser doctors. But the text says increase, more, just opposite. Reductions are needed. You have maintained a broad range. Opposites, right?
Yes,
See,
Father.
option D also is opposite to what is said in the text. Okay, this is how it looks. Prediction means speculation cannot be the answer. Second one is opposite. And third one is just the gist of the topic sentence. And fourth one is again opposite. Okay, sample 5, question 11.
11.
So again, what type of question is it?
Lexical question.
Hedging words here in the options.
What to tackle.
Commitment.
Unwillingness.
Options. Commitment.
Willingness.
Unwillingness.
Reaction.
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 And acknowledgement.
And acknowledgement. And you don't require anything if you have bit competency. I am vowed to tackle OET. I am vowed to tackle OET means what?
Commitment.
Committed. I am committed. I am vowed to see that everybody passes in your exam. Means committed. Commitment to. VOW. You know, vow means make a promise. Or take a vow means make a promise. Means it can never be unwillingness. It's not a reaction. It's not acknowledgement, but it is making a promise or with a future impact. Something that with a future impact. I am committed to do something. You don't require more explanation on that, right? Shall we go on?
Yes, Father.
And read.
12.
If you remember, this is a comparison and contrast type of text, and they are asking what point about
Super specialization.
is can be titled as about question, about super specialization. Whenever they ask something of that sort, understand there are different things. There are one or more things. They are testing your competency to analyze and distinguish between two things. Here in the answer options, what are the hedging words?
Clinician.
Clinician.
General practitioners, specialists,
Then specialists,
Specialist.
specialties. So this is about generalists, this
specialities.
is about specialty, this is about some specialities. But they are speaking what point is made about super specialization. With increasing super specialization, you have the topic sentence here. Okay, this is the topic sentence. With increased super practitioners in secondary care, disciples tend to be world experts in narrow clinical areas. They may be enticed by the glamour of academia, but they often interact with relatively few patients during their careers.
Yes.
But the contrast is there. Contrast word, after there is a different idea given, which says they have little opportunity to develop valuable skills. They're relatively few patients. But we are not asked about generalists. We are asked about super specialization. So whatever they say about generalists are not applicable here at all. Indeed, the best general practitioners are, again, you see, general practitioners.
Yes,
Okay,
Father.
they are speaking about general practitioners. All these are valuable skills, but of general practitioners. Whereas these people have little opportunity to develop certain valuable skills. Generalists have a lot of far wide opportunities, whereas clinicians have little opportunity to develop certain valuable skills. They are speaking about super specialization, nothing else. It's here in the topic sentence itself. These are called also topic sentence based questions. In secondary care disciplines tend to be world experts in narrow clinical areas, which means have little opportunity to develop certain valuable clinical skills. Is that clear? So second part is not relevant for the answer because they are speaking about generalists, not about super specialization. See here, super specialization, they speak narrow clinical areas. They interact with relatively few patients, which means they have very little opportunity to develop certain valuable skills like consultation skills, interaction skills, understanding and discussing patients' concerns, all those things. Is it okay?
Yes, Father.
Yeah. So next one is 13. Do you have stamina to go on?
Yes, Father.
Yes, sir,
Yes, Father.
please.
Okay, come on
Yes,
now.
yes.
Listen and read and understand.
13.
So sixth paragraph, writer says, again writer's opinion,
Yes, Father.
that medical school should
Should.
do something.
Should.
This ensure, first one says ensure. What is the synonym of ensure in the modal verb?
Must.
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 So it is should here, and the option speaks must. So that can be eliminated there itself. Should is not must, right?
Yes.
Ensure means must. Ensure that academic
Requires.
standards remain a priority. Then encourage graduates to become general practitioners. Now let's encourage and let's check this topic sentence. What is the topic sentence? Perhaps the best way to attract doctors to this discipline is therefore to encourage the selection of future clinicians who are likely to have these traits in the first place. Best way. Traits you have anywhere, do you have these traits? In any option do you have possess?
Interpersonal skills.
Yeah, interpersonal
Yes.
skills. These traits, interpersonal
Interpersonal
skills. Okay. Possess. Possess, what is it? Have. Have meant possess, right?
Yes, Father.
Favor applicants.
Like.
Encourage the selection of future clinicians who are likely to have these traits in the first place. Second one is encourage graduates to become general practitioners. This one is speaking about selection. The topic sentence is speaking about selection based on the interpersonal skills, which we were speaking even in the previous sentence. That's why I said there is a cohesion or connection interlink between text in the part C. So you should be thinking in connection with each students. Is there some problem? Each students.
This is absolute.
No. Each student or each students.
Student.
Student.
So it's grammatically wrong, right?
Grammatically incorrect. Yes.
So grammatically wrong can be eliminated. And again, it doesn't go with the stem. You see, writer says that medical school should teach students. Should teach students doesn't go. It's not the complete sentence. Okay, so that way also you can eliminate the second one. Does it speak anything about general practitioners?
No, sir.
No. So this is not given.
No.
This is not given. So ultimately you have favor applicants who possess good interpersonal skills. That is the answer. Perhaps the best way to attract doctors to this discipline is therefore to encourage the selection of future clinicians who are likely to have these traits in the first place. These traits, which is mentioned in the previous paragraph, which I have read, these traits means interpersonal skills, consultation, responding to the patients, and irrational things, all those things, interaction with the patients. Those are intrapersonal skills. Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
So we go to the last one.
14.
Now write a suggest.
Suggest.
Write suggestion or opinion.
Opinion.
Okay. And there is name, UK Department of Health.
UK Department of Health.
It says if the question stem gives the name, you have to immediately go to the
Department.
name in the text. UK Department of Health would be better advised to invest in the medical school admissions process and re-evaluate recruitment to the profession altogether. Any similarity to any of these options?
Sir, it's a approach to solving the problem.
Yeah. Its approach to solving problem is misguided. Because it is saying, see, instead of, it says before that, in this sentence, it says, instead of coercing existing doctors towards facing the generalist challenges, the UK Department of Health would be better advised. It means you are not doing correctly. Be better advised to invest in the medical school admissions process and re-evaluate recruitment to the profession altogether. Re-evaluate means you have to evaluate again. You have to think about it. Means you are misguided. Its approach to solving the problem is misguided. The way you are approaching now is not right. And it doesn't speak anything about population's healthcare, does it?
No, sir.
And it has misunderstood the underlying cause of the situation. It doesn't speak anything about the causes, cause and effect. It underestimates the scale of the challenge. It doesn't say about the scale of the challenge, huge challenge or difficult challenge. Nothing is mentioned. So ultimately, its approach to solving the problem is misguided. The meaning of this sentence here, this area, is same. Its approach to solving the problem is misguided. So it says instead of doing this, do that, which means what you are doing is not correct. Instead of coercing assistant doctors, be advised, invest in the medical school admissions. Instead of trying to make what doctors are there, train them or do them better, at least select the best ones next time. Select the people with interpersonal skills. Is that cool?
Yes.
Yeah. You have to write down this question stem and the correct option and the sentence which I have highlighted here in the notebook and try to understand. Write in your own way. Summarize this sentence in the text, the answer sentence in your own words and try to see the similarity between the answer option and the text given in the paragraph. Then definitely you will benefit. I think that is done. So the first text is done. Text 2, open patient records. So sample 5, question 15. Screen and keep reading the text. Okay, now coming to the question stem. USA, okay. Name has to be highlighted. Then what is the main thing? Patient's access to their medical
Their own
records.
medical records.
Okay, that is the main thing now. Okay, here in the options, what are the concept-based words?
By doctor.
Doctors. Second is research.
Researchers.
Third one, technology.
Period
Fourth
of
one,
time.
short period of time or a relatively short period of time, whatever. Okay. Now here, let us go to the name now. You have name here. Do you have any clue there for the answer? So beginning the topic sentence definitely says patient access to medical records. Okay, that's the theme, you know. That's the topic sentence. That's the focus of the paragraph.
Yes, fine.
Then you have here. Do you have answer here? Any idea with any connection with any of the options? Now you have to, in the paragraph, what do you need to highlight other things? Other strategies? Starting from, what are they? Chronological expressions, right? And research spread rapidly. What does it show? This is a question based on the gist. Okay, you cannot find the answer immediately on there. Now, US federal government has mandated. First one says what? Has been mandated by the doctors. Is that correct?
Not.
This says US federal government mandated that patients should have easy electronic access at no charge to all information held in their electronic health records. Means patients should have access to their own medical records, right? So it's not driven by doctors.
No.
Then was prompted by targeted research that speaks accompanied by numerous studies. Studies means
Research.
research.
Search.
Studies means
Search.
research, right? Yeah.
Search.
So
Yes, sir.
prompted and accompanying is not same. Prompted means it started with that, but it was been accompanied means
With that.
yeah, it was going.
that.
So this cannot be the answer. It was not prompted by research. It was prompted by accompanied by the research. Then was made possible by advances in technology. Does the paragraph speak anything about technology and advances or advantages and merits of technology? This was not made possible by advances in technology, right?
Yes, Father.
It doesn't, it's not given in the paragraph. It doesn't speak about technology at all. It gives electronic access to the thing, but it was, means this, a patient's access to their own medical records was not mandated or facilitated or prompted by technology. It was not made possible by technology. It was by the mandate of the government, right? Mandate means government rule, government law. Now, what does it mean? 2010, starting from 2000, then going to 2010, then 2019, then 2021.
21.
Time period.
Time expression.
Yeah, it's
Year,
all time
time
expressions.
expression.
Yeah, all time expressions, short, starting from, and display test results spread rapidly. And again here by 2019, more than 50 million patients in the US had access. By in 2021, the US federal government mandated that patients should have easy access. What does it speak? It all says short period of time. It happened in a short period of time. Means it started in 2000, within 21 years, in 2 decades, the whole thing became accessible to everybody, which means the patient's access to their own medical records happened over a relatively short period of time. This is known as GIST. Maybe this is the most challenging for you until you gain competence in your language. You don't have a direct answer. The whole text gives you the answer. Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
Has been driven by doctors, mandated by, it is not driven by doctors. It's mandated by US government. Second option was prompted by targeted research. No, it was not prompted by targeted research. It was accompanied by, so that cannot be the answer. It was made possible by advances. Technology is not given. And the fourth one happened over a relatively short period of time, means within 2 decades. That is the gist of the whole paragraph. Okay, question number 16, read along.
16.
About the question, Tim, what is important?
Point.
Does the writer make about open access to medical records?
Open
record.
The options are healthcare organization decided to implement them
Quickly.
more quickly than
more quickly
required.
required.
Yeah. Concept wise,
Health organization.
Healthcare
health
organization.
organizations, then
Doctors more than patient.
Doctors more than patient.
pilot studies. Yeah, as we said, if there are numbers, you have to focus on to numbers. Now, are there numbers in the text?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
which are the
Father.
numbers?
2000.
2010.
2010.
2000, then 2010. So somewhere close by
Yes,
any
sir.
number, do you have any clue to the answer? Just check. Do you have a clue to the answer?
Pilot
studies.
Pilot. Pilot means 2010 pilot means 2010 pilot study. So straight away, if you go to the answer, which will be the option?
D.
D will be the option. Let's check. Read, these concerns were largely unrealized, and at the end of the year-long 2010 pilot, none of the participating doctors choose to turn off access to notes. What does it mean? Studies on them did not go as expected. These concerns were not realized, and none of the doctors tried. So the whole meaning means they did not succeed as they wanted. Means the target was not reached. The expected things were not accomplished. Okay, so you have again chronology here, the number and the chronology. You have only two numbers. Here, the first one is starting, then the second one. So in the second, near the second one, you have the answer. Hope it is clear. Going to the 17th question. Again, read.
17.
Okay, question Shem, what is the main thing? And what is writer doing?
Writer.
Okay, what is doing means what is he telling you? What is he highlighting?
Action
Yeah.
of the writers.
Okay, disputing the results of research into writing notes. Disputing.
Result.
Then next one, making suggestions.
Suggestion.
These are the concept-based hedging words. Offering a theory. Then
Exploring the
role that experience. The first one says results of research into writing notes. Means disputing the results of research. Second one, making suggestions about the best way to write notes. How should you write notes? Does it say how should you write notes? In your copybook, in your textbook?
No.
Or offering a theory about doctors' perceptions of writing notes, exploring the role that experience plays in writing effective notes. How does the experience affects effective notes? So you have to look into the numbers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, numbers are important.
37%.
What does it say? Some studies suggest clinicians are changing the way they document in the wake of open medical records. This is the topic sentence, right?
Yes.
What does it mean? Some studies suggest clinicians are changing the way they document in the wake of open medical records. Some nurses are changing the way they treat the patients or deal with the patients. What does it mean? See, clinicians means doctors, right? Doctors are changing the way they document in the wake of open medical records. Clinicians are changing the way. Where do you have clinicians means doctors, right? Do you have a synonym somewhere?
Yes, C in C.
Doctors'
C.
perceptions. Clinicians means doctors, synonym. Doctors' perceptions are changing the way they are looking. Perception, changing the way they document. Document synonym. Do you have in any option? Document.
Writing notes.
Writing notes.
Medical
Yeah,
record.
you have in all the four. Okay, all the four options you have writing notes. Change the way. Change the way. Do you have any synonym anywhere? Synonymous expression. Perception. Yeah, perception. Doctor's perception. Perception means change the way. Means you how do you look into the things? And do you have any other options? See, it is likely that doctors learn to think differently about how to document. Is it same? Doctors' perceptions of writing notes. Offering a theory about the doctors learn to think differently about. Think differently means perception, right? This is what I said. You should be familiar with the synonymous expressions that you have to practice. Keep your diary of synonymous expressions and paraphrasing. Definitely, as you go on, you will be competent. Okay, then what else? So what is the answer?
C.
Yeah.
C.
C is the answer. It's all about 37% of doctors report is spending at least some more time writing notes. You are spending some more time with the patients. What does it mean? Your perception about the patient care is changing. Earlier you were negligent. Now you are spending more time with the patients, which means your perception about the patient care is changing. Am I right?
Yes, father.
Got it? Disputing the results of research in writing notes, not given. Writer is just reporting, not disputing. He nowhere says agree or disagree or I don't agree with that. He doesn't say that. It's just reporting. Writer is reporting. So there is no disputing. Making suggestions about the best way to write notes. It's not given, which is the best way, which is the better way, which is good way, which is bad way. That's not given in the whole text. And for the fourth one, D is exploring the role that experience plays in writing effective notes. It's also not given in the text at all. How to write effective notes is not mentioned. Is that cool? Shall we go forward?
Father. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Next one, read.
18.
in the question statement? What is to be highlighted?
Opinion. Writer's opinion.
Right.
Because reason. Negatives and
Does the question say what type of language is used here?
lead
Cause and effect.
Cause and effect, which means they are asking for a cause. So here, first one, what is the concept? Means doctors feel compelled to apologize. That's one. Then next, having access to information leads people to have greater confidence. Leads to. Do you have a similarity with the question stem?
Yes,
Because
Yeah. See, leads to greater confidence in their doctors. Okay, let's see. Other changes in the US have made legal battles less attractive for patients. Then sharing knowledge means doctors can learn from the mistakes of others. Means sharing knowledge among doctors will help. Sharing knowledge among doctors, is it the policy of open records? Policy of open record says records should be accessible to the patients, right? So sharing means doctors can learn from the mistakes of others. Is the open records purpose is to teach the doctors?
No.
So that can be eliminated, right? Yes. Let's check. Now we will analyze the question. Now you see this is a question. Policy of open records not led to an increase. This is very important, okay? Led to an increase and not led to an increase. Not led to an increase in lawsuits means, what is the meaning? That's what I said. If you know led to, the cause and effect language, only this option has lead to or led to or leads people to. That expression immediately, that must be the answer. Okay, let's leads to and led to is synonymous, right? Leads people to and led to is synonymous. If there is a synonymous, that's very important. Let's check. Greater confidence in their doctors and increase. Now, having access to information. Policy of open records. Having access to information, option B. Same synonymous expression is policy of open records. Led to decrease. Led to decrease means diminish. Led to not led to an increase means led to decrease. Not led to an increase. Not increase means decrease or diminish. Synonymous. So you should write down these expressions and understand what is the meaning, especially when there is a negative expression not that gives the opposite meaning. So you should be very careful. So the policy of open records has not led to an increase in lawsuits means, what is the meaning? The policy of open records has led to a decrease in lawsuits. So ultimately, you know, what is the answer, right? B is the answer. Even without looking into the text, we are answering. Let's check. See, greater confidence in their doctors means led to decrease, diminish the lawsuits. Is synonymous. Greater confidence means there is less lawsuits. If they have confidence, they will not file case against you, right?
Yes, Father.
Yes. See, cause and effect language, you see, policy of open records. Effect is decrease in lawsuits. Because information regarding patients are accessible to patients, there is a decrease in lawsuits. That's a cause and effect language. Let's check. Policy of open records, same meaning, having access to information. Greater confidence in their doctors. So policy of open records means having access to information, which leads into greater confidence in their doctors. These things led to effect, diminish in lawsuits or decrease in lawsuits. These are the expressions used in the text. See, trusting relationships are known to diminish the risk of litigation. Diminish the risk of litigation means not to increase the lawsuits, means decrease. It has not increased. Okay. Again, you see, may decrease the chance that patients and families will file lawsuits. Means decrease the chance, less lawsuits. Furthermore, that open medical records do not seem to increase the risk that patients will allege malpractice. They will not allege more malpractice because they have greater confidence in the doctors. So first option, knowing that patients can access their records means doctors feel compelled to apologize for more errors. Does it mean? No, they are not compelled to apologize for more errors, but there is less lawsuits. Patients are happy with them. So no need of apology. Second one, having access to information leads people to have greater confidence in their doctors. Cause and effect language is given in the stem and in the right option. Other changes in the US have made legal battles less attractive for patients. Nothing to do with the text. The text doesn't speak about any other changes US government has made about legal battles, and legal battles is not our topic here. Sharing knowledge, as we said, sharing knowledge among doctors has nothing to do with patient open records, policy of open records. Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
Yes, Father.
Question number 19.
19.
The writer believes Question Sam, anything else you need to highlight?
Further assurance.
There are no special words here, only the concept words are given. So there is nothing to do with your hedging words in the answer options. So here patients, families, clinicians, and US states. And it starts with the topic sentence. First sentence is the topic sentence, and it starts saying clinicians are worried. Do you have some connection with worried and being assured? When you are worried, when you are worried, you need some reassurance, right?
Reassurance.
So who is
Yes,
worried? Who is worried?
Clinician.
Clinicians are worried, which means the topic sentence is the focus controlling idea or the focus point of the whole paragraph, which I already taught you. So if you are competent enough, immediately you have the answer. Whole
Clinicians. C.
Clinicians.
Whole paragraph speaks about how clinicians are worried about what?
Transparent medical record.
The paragraph speaks only about that particular topic, nothing else. So can it speak about families, US states, patients?
No, Father.
No, it cannot. Provides further assurance, reassurance. To whom?
Clinicians.
Yeah, clinicians, because they are speaking only about the clinicians. This is worried, assurance, sequential expression initially and recent years. Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
Okay, cool. So we'll go to the next one. Question number 20.
20.
Now, what is important here in the question stem?
What point?
Vulnerable patients.
What point are they making about? Vulnerable patients. The options speak about legislation, responsibility of doctors, insufficiently informed, right? Keeping information from them means again patients. Yeah. So now here, what does this speak about? Now, topic sentence says further challenges accompanying the rollout of open medical records remain. Speaks about challenges. Clinicians have concerns about the well-being of their most vulnerable patients. So who is having concerns now?
Clinicians.
Clinicians, doctors. The synonym used is doctors. Now what you can do, such as those experiencing domestic violence is the subject complement. Speaking about vulnerable patients, you can just ignore them. Now here, US regulations. Synonym in the option is, first option is?
Legislation. Regulations.
Legislations. Allow clinicians to withhold information from the patient portal if they believe it might harm an individual patient or another person. Current legislation is not robust enough to protect them. It is robust enough. That's just opposite. US regulations say that in case of necessity, you need not reveal these things, which means it's robust enough to protect them. There are provisions, sufficient provisions. Okay, yet there is a contrast word. Now, it is unlikely that all doctors and patients are aware of this exemption. Now, healthcare organization could do something. Electronic health record vendors could also design provider functions that facilitate trauma-informed care, including options to create confidential notes and enhance privacy settings. Now, there are challenges, further challenges. The whole paragraph speaks. There are further challenges as regards the open medical records. And who has to take care of it? Who is concerned about it? Clinicians are concerned. But are they doing it by themselves? No. US regulations has their responsibility. Healthcare organizations have their responsibility. Electronic health record vendors have their responsibility in handling these challenges. So which could be the option?
B.
Why?
Keeping their data safe.
Doctors.
Keeping their data safe is not the responsibility of doctors. Yeah, because it speaks about the responsibility of many people. Okay, regulations do support healthcare organizations, electronic health record vendors all work together. So it's not only the responsibility of the doctors. Is that clear?
Yes. Yeah.
So the first one is opposite. Current legislation is not robust enough to protect them. It says US regulations allow clinicians to withhold information, which means first option is just opposite. Second option is the right one. Third option, they are insufficiently informed about the way open records may endanger them. Not given. It is not mentioned. Keeping information from them puts them more at risk than including it in their electronic records. There is a comparison and contrast here, but in the whole paragraph is not in the nature of comparison and contrast. There is no comparison or contrast given here with anything. So the very nature of the paragraph says the fourth option is not given. Okay, going to the next question.
21.
Writer suggests. The opinion of the writer is important here. The options are, there is some news which is best given by a doctor. Who gives the news is the question here. Who gives? This is about new rule. Next one, test results. The fourth one,
New rules.
again, option D speaks about new rules. In the past, with the common sense of it is that clinicians would first communicate with patients. Most health systems chose to delay the release of some findings, such as this, ultimately, again, this is complements, additional information which you can ignore. In contrast, the new US rules mandate instantaneous release of virtually all results. This again you can ignore because that's also complementary information which normally is not required to find out your answer. So the paragraph is very short. The first option says who has to give the news. Second option says about new rule. Third option says about test results. Fourth option speaks about new rules. Again, any idea?
B.
B, new rule. Some US health systems are trying to bypass a new rule. Does the paragraph speak about any violation of new rules?
No, Father.
This is eliminated. Does the paragraph speak about test results? Anything about test results? No, there is no mention of test results at all. It is not given. Then new rules on access to results fail to distinguish between different types of tests. Does it speak anything about different types of tests?
No, Father.
No.
Doesn't. So ultimately your answer is
A.
there is some news which is best given by doctor.
Doctors.
I think you are not convinced of this answer. Why this is the answer? See, it says in the past, clinicians would first communicate with the patients. It clearly says in the second sentence, clinicians would first communicate with the patients. So the answer is who has to give it? Is that clear?
Yes, Father.
Let's go to sample 5, question 22 and read along.
22.
So this is a lexical question, very easy. In the lexical questions, usually it is underlined, highlighted in the text as well as in the question statement. Challenges such as these, means what was being discussed in previous paragraphs, are not insolvable, means are solvable, but they will take a creative combination of cultural and technical adaptations to resolve. Creative combination is the responsibility of both patients and doctors, may require people and organizations to think in new ways. Creative and new, is there any similarity?
Yes.
They are synonyms. Creative ways, creative combination of cultural and technical adaptations. Adaptations,
Ways.
ways. So normally you have the answer immediately after the highlighted word. Then if you don't find, you have to go into the previous sentence. There's a normal rule for lexical questions, and you need not read other things, which is not required. May require people and organizations to think in new ways. Creative combination. The very synonymous expressions, you can get into the answer. This is the answer, second option.
Thank you so much, Father.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Father.
Father.
Thank you, Father.
Thank you, Father.